Hi guys, I'm out with Username Dad today and we are going to Halliwell Jones in Chester for a service on my bike, and Dad is getting the, what modification is it?
It's a cam chain tensioner to stop it rattling on the near side.
There you go. So if you're interested in that, stick around, stay tuned, and I might even do a little bike swap with Dad at the end of the day, which you don't know about yet, but let's see if I can convince him. So yeah, stick around. Well guys, I'm out with Username Dad. As you can see, he's mic'd up. He's never been mic'd up before on a ride out with me. It's just a shame that we don't have cardos, so we can't hear what each of us are saying. So I'm going to let Dad take the rein here and hopefully talk about his R1250 GS a little bit and his experience with it. How does it feel to motovlog, Dad?
I've not said anything yet.
You've not started yet? It's weird, isn't it? Just talking.
You know what, there's more accidents on this junction here than Soft Mick. It is a really, really bad junction.
Yeah, I feel like there is always a crash here. It's going to be quite funny because I'm a jibber jabberer. I just talk constantly, whereas Dad isn't really much of a chatterbox. So it's going to be interesting to see how he finds this experience. I feel like I bullied him into it, if I'm being honest. But no, I'm excited to go to Halliwell Jones, see the gang, get the bike serviced, talk about what bikes, you know, I'm going to take out from there in the future, get some plans underway. Yeah, exciting times. I really want Dad to experience the R1200 GS because I feel like he's been spoilt with that 1250. But I wanna give the 1200 a fair go because I know she's a bit rattly and a bit rickety at the minute because she needs a service. So we will get her serviced and then we'll plonk Dad on her and he can see what he thinks.
It's another little roundabout where you got to be so careful because people cut the corner. Hopefully this learner is doing it spot on.
So for anybody that's visited Halliwell Jones in Chester, the service centre is actually not with the main building, the main dealership, and they've got a separate building, but I'll show you guys. And also guys, with this vlog, either in the middle of it or at the end of it, hopefully I'm going to let you guys know how you can get 25% off a service on your BMW at Halliwell Jones. And they've got a little promotion going in order to try and build their customer database as a new company, really. I think a lot of people think that when they started there they got all the previous places, you know, database, but with GDPR and stuff like that, life doesn't work like that, so they're having to almost start from scratch on the biker front.
Come on, Steve. Jesus.
So we're going to go have a nosy at the workshop and basically see what the setup's all about. They love to not make it easy for you, don't they?
I mean, like that guy in that white BM then, what was he doing?
What was it?
Like, he's there, and then he goes like really wide round, and then that BMW, that Range Rover on that, and you just,
Well, he's probably in his own world, with bloody Steve.
The mad things, cars, you turn the wheels, they go where you want them to go, you know, it's like...
It's not a ride out with Dad. If he's not having a good whinge, he loves it.
least the engine warning light wasn't on this morning. Not used the bike for a month or so, and had it on trickle charge and whatnot, kept turning it over, etc. And come out to it and the engine warning light came on. Knew I was coming here to Halliwell Jones today, so I thought I will just leave it be till we get there, they can have a look at it on the machine. Come out today, it's gone off. Happy days.
Motorway riding, boring.
Kate will be thinking, what are you doing, Dad, sitting in this lane? Why didn't you go in that lane where that Jag is now? Well, to be honest, I'm just enjoying tootling along. So it's a long time since I've been out on the GS, and it's just a pleasure, just getting back into the feel of it again. Really, really nice. Like I said, totally different ride to the scooter, but I don't know why I came back to the GSs after having the XR and the 1290 KTM. Two stonking bikes for different reasons, but I don't know, GSs are just the thing. It just gives you a bit of time for thinking as well and reflecting. I was just thinking back then to whenever Kate started riding bikes. When she was 16, Dad, I want a bike. I mean, you've heard that story on a blog anyway, but it's funny, it's when I used to take her out, I was always on pins, and always second guessing what she was going to do, what she wasn't going to do. Always had her behind me, then hopefully I could, like I say, second guess it all and deal with it or whatever. And it's amazing as she's got older. I mean, we forget really, she's been riding now for like 15 years on a proper bike, and got an hell of a lot of experience. Certainly a lot faster than me on the track. That's why I won't go and do a track day with her. I think she'd embarrass me. But I don't have those anxieties anymore with her, with regards to if she was to lead the way now, I'd be quite comfortable with that. And we have done it, and I've followed her to places and been quite happy with it. But whether that's just an age thing, whether it's a time thing, experience thing, or a combination of all of them, no idea. But I can honestly say now it was a bit tense taking her out in the younger days. Now it's a pleasure. I love going riding with her. Let's see if we can come. I keep saying to her, okay, let's go and do an adventure here, let's go and do this, what do you think about that? She keeps saying, yeah, I'll see about it, Dad. I'm forgetting she's got Mike as well. It's not dad and daughter anymore, it's daughter and Mike. But hey, oh, we'll see. I'm sure there's still adventures on the horizon for us. We shall see. I do have to say though, I absolutely love this bike. It does every single thing that I want it to do, even down to my warm butt at the moment. Riding position spot on for me now since I put the bar risers on it. I love the sit up and peg, these are just ideal. But I have to say, touch wood, apart from that engine warning light coming on the other day when I started it up, I've not run it, well, not been out on it for a month or so, I have had no issues whatsoever with this bike. Not had the tingly vibrations through the feet or through the hands. Like I said, position was fine, even better now that I've got the risers on. Mirrors are good. The only thing I am a bit iffy about is these indicators with them staying on. Not used to that, but again I can live with it. Screens sometimes, I wish it was a little bit taller. That's an easy fix, but for what it costs, just put up with it. I always wear earplugs, always have done really. But yeah, earplugs, safety glasses, and originally started off with a silk scarf around. Jesus Christ, you want to come a bit closer? I was going to shave my leg then.
Right, we're near it.
Obviously, Kate knows where she's going.
I'll take over here, because I know the way. So that's that. Yeah, so that's the dealer, and then the service centre is right.
interesting, I think, riding our Kates, doing a back-to-back, having rode this one down, ride that one back. See if there are any glaring differences. Some people say there are, some people say there are. Be interesting to see, but hopefully we'll have a see, and I'll give my slant on it for what it's worth.
There we go. Straight ahead of us, Halliwell Jones drive-in service. I see some bikers. It says drive-in. So okay. Woohoo, we made it! He said just anywhere, don't matter.
You know what, I really enjoyed that ride here. No stress.
No stress, chill, zen. Yeah. There you go. Thank you kindly. Cheers. After handing our keys over, it was time for the guys to wheel our bikes into the workshop where they could start some work. Now, my bike was in for a service. It had just done 17,000 miles, so I figured it was best to get it in. Dad was in for a cam chain tensioner modification, and we just asked them as well to generally look around the bike to see if there was anything that they thought that the bikes needed. I also mentioned that my fuel cap was a bit sticky, and they said they'd have a look at it, which was great. So this is what Halliwell Jones Motorrad's workshop looks like. It's a nice big facility, and they do have plans to increase the number of benches that they have, which is already quite a lot. Now, we're in the workshop here because I'm doing some filming, but the normal protocol of things is you will arrive at the front of the service centre where myself and my dad parked up. You will go and speak with one of the service advisors where you'll hand them your keys. They will just reconfirm everything that your bike is booked in for to make sure that you're happy, and then your bikes will be wheeled away to the workshop where the work will commence. Now, if they spot anything that you might need, for example, like with us, we needed brake pads, the technicians will go and tell a service advisor, who will in turn relay this information to you whilst you are just waiting and chilling in the reception area. Or if you've had a wander over to their main showroom, which Dad and I did, then they'll give you a call on your mobile and just run by you what they suggest needs doing. Obviously, it is up to you whether you go ahead with any extra work, but they will make a note that they have advised you and pop it on the system. What we found was the techs were super friendly, super helpful, and it appeared that me and Dad both needed rear pads. Mine were a little bit worse than his, admittedly, and they checked for any recalls. Our bikes had the swing arm recall on them, so the guys conducted a carbon shaft test, which is done to inspect the quality of the shaft drive. And thankfully, both our bikes passed the test, which meant that they hadn't been damaged inside from water ingress. And both our bikes were retrofitted with a beak valve, which just lets the water drain out if any were to get in, and solves the problem of water settling on the splines and seizing. We were also told by the service advisor that Dad's bike did require a software update, and from working in a dealership before, I knew that this could take either 30 minutes or it could take 5 hours, depending on how quickly the software updates. So they plugged the bike in early on to get the ball rolling with that, just in case it was the latter of the timescales. Whilst Dad and I waited for the work to be completed,
We had a nosy around, and because Dad hadn't seen the main showroom, we decided to go for a nice little walk, head down to the main dealership showroom. Now it currently hosts cars and bikes. It's quite a large showroom, and it was just nice to take Dad there, show him what the guys and girls at Halliwell Jones Motorrad Chester have in stock, have a chill, have a sit down, have a relax, and just wait for the bike to be completed. After the work was completed on the bikes, we headed back into the reception area to collect our keys and be on our way. Overall, the communication was great, the attitude of the staff, and overall it was just a super pleasant experience.
Give me your key.
Huh?
Give me your key.
Okay, so
Suspension. I feel it going up. Well, here we are. Bit of a swap around. Kate's had her bike serviced. I'm riding this back to see how it feels compared to the 1250 GS of mine, which has had its can chain tension changed. I think that's about it on mine. And I've had we both had new rear brake pads as well. So it's all good. So like I say, it'll just be a case now of seeing what the differences are. Go on. See ya.
Wait, it feels mint being on Username Dad's 1250. Oh, refined, punchy piece of equipment.
I know it's just been serviced, but first impressions, it's very quiet. Oh, she's got her set up different than mine. How do I get it back to normal?
Press that little, no you can't do it on the dash, press the arrow on the screen. Just go to address and then just put enter postcode and then B.
I've already had it on once, but we came in that way, didn't we? But it's sending us back this way, but I've had it in and all I did, I turned the wheel.
Yeah, the wheel don't work, it's not like yours.
Right. We should be able to just do home.
Oh, so yours is programmed to home?
Yeah. So it's telling us to go straight across, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, indicate. We'll let this go.
That's hilarious. So Dad is thinking that my sat-nav's like his and he's trying to use the wonder wheel, so he's put tyre pressures on, he's knocked his map off. The man don't know where we're going. But we'll be fine as soon as we get to the motorway.
That was a bit stressy. Our Kate's magic wheel doesn't work. Oh, she ain't got a TFT, has she? Oh dear.
Gosh, it's crazy how refined, how crisp the 1250 feels after riding my 1200.
How'd you turn your heated grips down? How'd you turn your heated grips down?
The heated grip button in the same place. Super.
Okay.
Do you know what? I should have done a handover with him before he took this. I feel really terrible now. But yeah, so 17,000 mile service. We had an oil and filter. We had brake fluids, a front and rear. Didn't need an air filter because that was done at the big one before this, the 12,000 miles. Other things that the bikes have had. This one has had the cam chain tensioner done. And my goodness, that left-hand cylinder is quiet now. No ticking. Sounds proper. Well, just sounds as it should really. And then they both had the shaft drive check. And they both passed. So the little valve is just basically put in almost like a breather almost, just to let the water run straight out of it and not collect. So that's the theory behind that little modification or recall. So yeah, all in all, it's just been great. The service has been wonderful. We've been chilling with a coffee. It's a lovely, clean, polished, professional environment. Also guys, like I said, because they're starting with a completely fresh database and they're trying to build the customer base and get the word out there about themselves, they've got a mad offer on service. Pinned at the top of my comments of this video, and even in the description there will be a link that will take you to a landing page. And if you input your details, because obviously they're trying to build a database, the first 100 people to do so will receive 25% off the service, which is a cracking discount rate for a service. They've also got plenty of events on. 1st of July, they're going to have a massive, celebrating their first year of operation as a Motorrad dealer in that location. And it just so happens to coincide with BMW's 100th year anniversary. So we've got a lot of anniversaries, so there's going to be some big celebrations. They've got some big plans for this. There'll be test rides, there'll be heritage ranges there, hopefully an R18 bobber. So it should be a proper good event. I'll be there, so earmark it in your diaries. So Dad, how do you find it? Be honest.
It's nice.
It's nice? Does it feel sloppy compared to yours?
No, not really.
No.
It feels nice. The only thing I'm missing is the TFT.
Yeah.
Your TFT does, your magic wheel does work on your sat nav, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It is different.
But it's quiet, it's nice.
Oh, seal of approval from Username Dad, I'll take it. He's getting me all excited to ride that now that it's had a service and she's all crisp and she's actually got back brakes at work. I'm feeling good about getting on it, putting some miles in. But yeah, jumping on the 1250. I mean, I know Dad likes that and I like it as well, but if I'm being honest, I would take the 1250 over the 12. I'm not dissatisfied with my 12, I absolutely love it to the moon and back. But I do just feel like everything is tight and crisp on this. But I love that dash, I love it to bits. In my opinion, BMW have the best TFT dash in the game. They kill it. So if you guys weren't aware, because I've just realised I've announced this everywhere on Instagram and Facebook, but I know that a lot of you guys, maybe aren't actually on Instagram and Facebook. So what the situation is with Halliwell Jones is I've almost teamed up with them guys on a partnership basis so that I can review BMWs, because obviously now that I don't work at a dealership, BMWs except my own GS kind of dropped off my channel a bit, and I love BMWs, I love them. So I decided to team up with Halliwell Jones, mainly because I've been in there, the staff are so welcoming. I can see that they're a business that's set up, doesn't have a database, and I feel like they do really deserve one. So as part of that partnership, I mentioned that I was looking to get my bike serviced, and they happily assisted me with that and got it all sorted. So a massive thank you to Halliwell Jones for looking after me on that front.
Right, Kate's just told me that her camera's dead, so she's saying, she's signing off and saying thank you very much for listening and watching. Seriously though, thank you very much. Like I say, it's all for our Kate. I think she's doing a cracking job, and I also would like to give my personal thanks to anybody who's following her, being a patron, and just generally helping her out. Thank you very much. Oh, that's how I like it, a nice clear road. That's the way to do it. Yeah? That's the way to do it. Oh, I've got to do this apparently.